Sir Patrick Stewart, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us, why have you decided to support this campaign?
I've been in favour of doctor-assisted dying for years, and for a long time I have been putting in place personally directions for when my death might be close, and whether I am able to make my own decisions or not, living wills and so forth, because for me that is not preparing for death, it's preparing for living and preparing other people for life after my death, so that things are as comfortable as possible. But a few years ago, 2-3 years ago, a friend of mine, a school days friend, told me of the story of his partner, and the story was so shocking that I then determined to become an activist. I joined Dignity in Dying, and I'm a patron of the organisation.
What was the story of your friend?
His partner was terminally ill, had multiple cancers in different organs of her body, in considerable pain, and palliative care was not able to deal fully with her condition. She had already once tried to kill herself with an overdose and had failed, and of course that brought about even more distress and unhappiness. But one evening she had 2 dogs that she loved. Her partner took the dogs out for a walk, and while they were gone she put a plastic bag over her head and pulled the strings tight. And that's how my friend found her when he returned with the dogs. She died alone. She died without the comfort of her dogs beside her, which she loved, and of course her life partner. So she was alone then, and he is alone now, and alone with the sense of having failed her, a guilt that he could not help her when he most wanted to, because what she did was taking care of him. But that is the wrong way around. So I was so appalled by their story, I determined that I would support Lord Falconer's bill, and which of course is only at the moment a private member's bill. It would then, if it passes today, would go into the committee stage when all of the details, very essential details of this bill are put in place. But already there are so many safeguards. I understand the unease, the fear that people have, euthanasia or relatives putting pressure on a person. All of those safeguards will be in place so that a person who is certified to have less than 6 months to live, that their condition is terminal, and that they are mentally competent, can take this decision for themselves, because the very act itself has to be in their own hands, not in the hands of a doctor, but it is at every stage their own decision.
Whatever happens in this bill, do you think it's a good thing that we are discussing death and what happens at the end of our life more than ever before? Because it's sometimes put under the carpet, isn't it? And we're all discussing it now.
Yes, we'd all rather not think about that moment when it comes, or indeed it might be a period of years if you have an extended illness. But we're becoming, I think, not more desensitized to this, but more pragmatic and realistic about the circumstances that surround death and dying.
You had a serious heart procedure 6 years ago. Has that changed your perspective on things, and have you noticed yourself getting older with memory and other things that for an actor must be difficult?
Oh, well, I want to be offered another job, and so I'm not going to remove myself from competition. Yes, I experience aging. I would have difficulty picking up that glass at this moment because I have arthritis in my fingers. Yes, I do walk into rooms and forget why I'm there. But luckily, as has been proved by Sir Ian McKellen and myself on Broadway for the past 8 months, we can still do our job. We can remember 80 pages of Samuel Beckett and Harold Pinter, and that has not been changed.
Sir Patrick Stewart, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.